Alright guys, so hopefully that actually worked. I don't know what happened in the stream, it just stopped working for some reason, but hopefully it is back now. Again, this is game 2 between Game Online and mYinsanity. Game 1 did go to Game Online. Went with a pretty standard, just rampy type strategy with Juggernaut Magnus. And ZLNTZ's Magnus just went off, so it's hard to deal with that. He is going to be banned out in this particular game. As Game Online grabbed the Queen of Pain once again, most likely still for Vroxnak. Had a pretty good performance. Nothing too catchy, nothing amazing, but very just solid overall. And then he just punished everyone down the line, and a Zeus as well for Game Online. This hero is going to get a lot of traction in this new patch. I'm calling it right now. And if he doesn't, then no one's going to remember I'm ever the one who said that. As for mYinsanity, they're going to grab Shadow Fiend and Lion, definitely looking a little bit more standard as far as opening picks are concerned. I get a little bit of lane control with the Shadow Fiend and the Lion, both. These two heroes, though, very, very fragile. And when you're talking about fragile heroes versus the likes of Queen of Pain and a Zeus, oh yeah, things are not going to be super fun for that Shadow Fiend. Damn it, Winter Wyvern again going to be banned out. I am so excited to see Winter Wyvern firsthand for reasons, just it's a new hero, and I love casting new heroes. I'm not entirely familiar with the hero. I've only played him, her, it just once, something like that. But I think the potential upside as a 4 position is huge. The cooldowns are a little bit too high, I think, for any other position, but what do I know? Again, I'm not really super experienced with the hero. Winter Wyvern and Undying going to be banned out for mYinsanity. I'm just trying to get rid of heroes that can really punish the soft hero of the Shadow Fiend, whereas for Game Online, it seems like they're just a little bit scared about these tanky heroes. Is the stream actually working, guys? The stream broke. Should join up mid-draft. Why is... Oh, God damn it. I'm hoping that the stream is fine. Okay, it seems to freeze a lot. Let's just keep refreshing it, and then eventually it's gonna work out. Eventually it'll work. But Clockwork is the pick here for mYinsanity. They're going to get some initiation on the board. They really, last game, just were reliant 100% on the Shadowblade DK, and that's fine and everything, but we saw several times where it just failed to work out. Mostly once that Assault Cuirass actually came up, then it kind of blew the gank every single time. But having a long-range initiation, having barriers to put up in between the Shadow Fiend and the other side, just to protect that Shadow Fiend and make life a little bit more difficult for the Game Online side, even though they do have a Queen of Pain who can, in theory, just blink right through those barriers, get to the Shadow Fiend anyway. It's useful for mYinsanity to have these tools, and hey, there we go! It's actually working out correctly. The stream is working out fine, guys. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties. I guess I'll just have to not press that button anymore. It wasn't broken in the past, but I guess it's broken now. For Game Online, they're going to go for a Slark. This is a very standard draft, it looks like, for Game Online. At least a very last patch kind of draft. And they have their stuns, they have their magical burst damage. They have heroes that can do very well in dealing with the Shadow Fiend, though this is picking up a Slark up against a Lion and a Disruptor. Hell, even Clockwork to a lesser extent. Cogs, they are potentially a nuisance for the Slark, should the Slark get a little bit careless with where he runs. But yeah, it is a fine hero if Game Online are actually able to protect his entrance in. Slark might be going for a Shadow Blade or something like that. And then if you get on top of the Shadow Fiend or the Disruptor or the Lion, you could burst them down without them having a chance to do anything in response. So for Game Online, this is a pretty standard way to play for them. And mYinsanity looks like they're just going to go into what, at least nowadays, would be considered standard. Again, there's not really any huge indication of what is or is going to be standard because the patch is, again, so new. But mYinsanity, they have pretty standard combinations here, like Disruptor, Clockwork, Lion, Disruptor. I mean, these are fine for holding down the lanes. You get lots of extra barriers to put in between the Shadow Fiend and the enemies, and holy crap, an Ursa ban. Man, I always hate it whenever heroes that are like really weird, like Ursa or Meepo, get banned out, because I know that there's not a super high chance that they would grab those heroes, but the fact that there was a chance is so much better than there being literally zero chance. And it breaks my heart every single time. I don't know if Ursa is good here for mYinsanity. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's just terrible. No, actually, it's not that bad. It's exceedingly mediocre for mYinsanity, but the fact that they can't pick it up right now is saddening to me. It's a Scarith Mage to be banned out from the Game Online side. They are probably looking for one more support here, putting the Zeus in the off lane, Queen of Pain mid, Slark, Earthshaker +1 in the safe lane. They might be a little bit melee heavy in that lane though. Up against Clockwork, you really do need a way at shutting him down and poking him out of lane. What hero could that be? Rubik to drag the Clockwork out of his cogs into the Slark wouldn't be too terrible. Also, mYinsanity have a good amount of magic damage, so No Field can potentially get some serious value there. Telekinesis into a Split Earth into a Pounce should probably be enough to kill off anyone. Even if mYinsanity grabs someone and decide to go on offensive tri-lane, I don't know who that would be. It's not really a huge pool of heroes that would want to do that. But if they did decide to do that mYinsanity, then they would probably not have a great time versus that Rubik and stun combination from Game Online. So they could also, I guess, go for the Zeus Earthshaker support. That would be an okay way of dealing with the Clockwork, but only okay. You need a Fissure Block to land, otherwise the Clockwork is going to survive every single time. It's an AA for Game Online. That's actually not terrible. I mean, it doesn't really have any huge setup, but if you do get that Fissure again, then, or even if you don't actually, just landing a Pounce with Chilling Touch is going to be an absolute beating. Can't really do much about that as a Clockwork. And Ancient Apparition maybe will have time to set up the Cold Feet. Even if he doesn't, though, just being able to lock the enemies down and then quickly kill them off is going to be quite a boon for the top lane of Game Online. I expect the Slark to get more or less free farm. Similarly for mYinsanity, Anti-Mage in his safe lane with Disruptor Lion as the supports are he's going to be just fine. Like, there's not really anything that Game Online can do to the Anti-Mage to actually apply pressure to him. And an Anti-Mage with free farm is going to be a happy Anti-Mage. That being said, Shadow Fiend is the one who is instead going to be the recipient of all that pressure. And Shadow Fiend does not really do that great. Like, he will be able to farm up even if he does get a little bit far behind. That's just how Shadow Fiend works. There we go. Okay, that's just how Shadow Fiend works. You stack up a couple of camps, triples, quad stack somewhere in the jungle, and it will be fine. He just double raises it, and he's going to be filthy rich. But if you keep on feeding off the Shadow Fiend, he's going to get less and less done in the game. And the Queen of Pain, who I assume is still going to be going mid, although it is Rocksnack to take the Zeus. So Zeus or Queen of Pain, whoever is going to be the one to collect those kills, should they actually be flowing for Game Online, is going to be filthy rich, and then life gets even harder and harder for the Shadow Fiend. But either way, guys, this is going to be Game 2 between Game Online and mYinsanity here in the Yard G2A Festival. Big thanks to G2A for helping out with this tournament, and well, they're going to help you out a little bit more if you go to their site. And if you're going to make any purchases, use the YARD code, Y-A-R-D, whenever it prompts you for like a coupon code or something, and you'll save some cash there. So very generous of them to do that. But this is going to be Game 2. Gogi is going to be on the Anti-Mage. Pretty stark difference between Anti-Mage and a Leshrac from Game 1. Lizard is on the line with Grazine supporting as the Disruptor. Over towards mid lane, it's going to be Milan's Shadow Fiend. Up towards top, Mitch is on his Golden Clockwork. On the Game Online side, Excalibur is going to be on the Slark with Frogsnack on the mid lane Zeus. Zeroji's on the Earthshaker, Pelican on the Ancient Apparition, Value Mango. And ZLNTZ is on the solo safe lane, Queen of Pain. It looks like the goal right here for Game Online is to make this Anti-Mage's life difficult. This is probably going to prompt lane rotations from the mYinsanity side, who are currently positioned up towards top with their two supports. I don't expect those two supports to actually stay up there. They will be needed on the bottom lane to help out this Anti-Mage, even though this lane for Game Online isn't really the most dangerous, because they only have one stun up against an Anti-Mage. It's still enough to make this Anti-Mage's life very difficult, and hell, if you're not going to kill off the Anti-Mage, you can very easily kill off the likes of the Lion or the Disruptor. Very easy kills there. So this bottom lane is a really dangerous place to be, and Game Online's top lane really isn't going to suffer. Queen of Pain versus any one of the mYinsanity heroes, in this case Clockwork, is going to be having a great time, pretty much no questions asked. Yeah, cogs can get a little bit annoying, but as long as ZLNTZ plays the spacing correctly, as long as he doesn't get bumped back by them, the Shadow Strike and the initial range advantage that the Queen of Pain has should mean that this top lane is more or less in the bag no matter what. So I expect this top lane to be pretty much dominated by the Game Online side. Mid lane should be fairly even. And then it does come down to the 3v3 lane down towards bottom. Now, at the very least, Game Online should be getting farm for Excalibur and keeping the Anti-Mage off the lane, just simply because if Gogi gets close, he's going to be taking a lot of damage that he will be able to blink out of, fair enough. But at a certain point, you will run out of regeneration. Excalibur has to be careful not to get too far out, though. Like, that play that Excalibur just made, it looked very small, just chasing after a creep deny, but it costed him a lot of HP. He's going to get Pounce onto Gogi, force out the blink level 1. Grazine, though, is in a little bit of trouble. It's really a tenuous situation here for Game Online. They have to make sure that they go aggressive with all the heroes at the same time. And the heroes are going to be restricted in their aggressive capabilities by the, Fissure onto Gogi. He has another blink out. Excalibur's going to get spiked up. Has another pounce soon. Lightning Strike, not quite going to kill him off. I think it actually will. Tango, it will be fine. Excalibur's going to live. He needs a salve, though. In Game Online, that's exactly what I was trying to describe. They have to make sure that they play aggressively all at the same time, because in the early levels, well, I guess forever in the game, Chilling Touch has a very high cooldown. The high impact skill, therefore high cooldown. Excalibur's pounce doesn't exactly have a low cooldown either. It's 20 seconds there, and Zeroji is strapped for mana. So if they go willy-nilly, and Excalibur's gonna get blinked upon, one hit, gonna kill him off with the Thunderstrike help from Grazine. That was incredibly greedy from the Slark. I mean, he was sitting there at like less than half HP. I don't know what he expected was gonna happen, but it wasn't a good thing. So they kill off the Slark very easily, and already it's a good start for the bottom lane for mYinsanity. Mitch over towards top, though, is going to be in for a world of hurt. ZLTC is going to get bumped back twice, though. That will force him back, and down towards bottom. Grazine's going to get jumped on, pounced up, and brought down by the Ancient Apparition's Chilling Touch. They're going to see Gogi in the trees. They can't go for the kill, though. 6 stick charges and a blink out, and he's going to be A-okay. But this bottom lane for Game Online, that's more or less what they want to do. They want to line up all their cooldowns and then blow them all at the same time. Go for the softer kill, and then be happy with that. ZLTC is going to get caught in the cogs by Mitch. No blink. How do you not have a blink on Queen of Pain? Mitch finding a perfect opportunity to catch Queen of Pain without mana, and somehow gets a kill in a lane where there should be no kills at all for the Clockwork. The only way you get a kill is if the Queen of Pain messes up, and clearly that is what just happened. So Clockwork is still taking a beating from this Queen of Pain, but is doing a lot better than I really expected. So if he could continue that up, then level 6 is going to hit, then he could go for some pretty aggressive ganks and support rotations for this bottom lane, which for Game Online isn't really going that great. 6-4 on the Slark versus the 11-2 for Gogi. Excalibur really needs more than this if he's going to be fine. Over towards mid lane, Vrocksnack and Milan trading hits, again, rather evenly. Zeus not getting much support. In fact, it was the Lion to support the Shadow Fiend first. But it is just all up to Zeroji's Fissures to start the calls. Excalibur going to whiff the pounce, though. Lands a wall onto Grazine. Chilling Touch available, but not being used, as Grazine is digging himself really deep into the trees, and they can't really go for this one. Lizard looking for a Hex, but the glimpse back on Excalibur is going to land up a spike. Hex is there if they need it, and they don't even need it. They'll bring down the Slark and Hex up Pelican looking for 2. They will beat down this Ancient Apparition. This should be a secondary kill. The Fissure there is from Zeroji. Pelican's still going to die nonetheless. It's a 4-1 lead for mYinsanity in this game. And Game Online off to a really bad start in this game. I mean, this offensive tri-lane just hasn't really worked out because they haven't really been choosing their targets carefully. They had so much offensive power just sitting there, but they can't really get good initiation off because they only have 1 stun. And the other lanes aren't doing well enough to really make this worthwhile. They're going to pounce again towards Gogi, but this is, again, not the hero they want to go for, especially when you can just turn around and lay into Excalibur. This is only a level 2 Slark we're talking about versus a level 4 Anti-Mage. This is not a good place for the Slark to try to 2v2. Pelican also going to take a beating on his way out, so this is officially a complete failure for Game Online. Slark at only level 2 is such a bad hero, guys. He doesn't do that much. So he needs to go away. He needs to go to a different lane. They also need to not lose this Courier right now to Milan. He has a DD rune. That's 1 hit kill on the Courier. Oh, no, it's not. It's 2 hit kills. Okay, well, I'm wrong. Milan is going to clean that one out regardless, though. And Vrocksnack, luckily for him, does still have his bottle. Might be able to use the runes to keep it up alive. But another essential kill for mYinsanity. They also kill off the Ancient Apparition just now. And up towards top lane, Mitch is going to be not rotated on. Zeroji's scared about going up the hill. But Game Online has to make rotations now. And this is really not what you want. They're going to send the Ancient Apparition down towards bottom lane just to get a little bit more experience, but now the Slark is on the safe lane. He needs a lot of time to actually recover in this lane. Even then, it's a level 5 Clockwork versus only level 2 hero. Meantime, mYinsanity, they're stacking up for the Shadow Fiend, although not really a lot. Only a little bit. Shadow Fiend will be able to flash farm that one in the blink of an eye, and Mitch is going to catch Zeroji. Battery Assault connecting, cogs available, although I don't even think necessary. Zeroji's going to be a free kill for Mitch. This game is in such a stark difference between this one and the last. At 7-1, and mYinsanity are going to get off to a roaring start. I mean, yeah, the Zeus and Queen of Pain are still CSing decently, but all the CS isn't really going to matter that much when there's a Clockwork bearing down on you. Mitch looking for that hookshot angle. There it is into Vrocksnack. Cogs are available, but again, unnecessary. They'll double raise the Zeus. Zeroji's going to come right in to get bumped back by the Cogs, and Mitch is going to claim a very easy one for Milan in the mid lane. Game Online, only 1 kill to their name. They've rotated the Queen of Pain down to the bottom lane. Pelican getting a glimpse back. ZLNTZ doing his best, trying to go for Grazine with a chilling touch there. He'll be forced back by the Anti-Mage, who has a blink out. He's really under no threat of dying right now, and he will be just fine. This is, yeah, not quite going to be a great case for the Game Online side. What do they need right now? They just need the Zeus and Queen of Pain to actually lay some bursts into targets. They also need Milan to not get the kill on Zeroji right here. Although I'm pretty sure that's going to be a little bit difficult to actually have happen, since Milan is a haster and Zeroji's pretty darn slow. 1-2 raise, a couple more right clicks to lay it in, and that's going to be Shaker down. 9-1 right now in favor of mYinsanity. Down towards bottom lane, they're also getting Anti-Mage, pretty well protected farm. Not really the best farm on Anti-Mage, but it's good enough, all things considered, considering the fact that he was up against an offensive tri-lane, now is only up against a Queen of Pain. Though level 6 does not have her Sonic Wave, so the amount of burst is not really going to be the best for her. And Mitch also has, look at that, another hook shot, looking for Rock Snack now. The angle isn't quite there. He needs to catch the Zeus without a creep wave. That's very, very difficult, especially from this side of the river. But if he somehow does, Zeus is in so much trouble right now. Mitch, hook shot in, is going to cog up with a whole bunch of heroes, though. He's way overcommitted, and he's going to get brought down. That's what Game Online needs to do, use their power of numbers, rotations, and sometimes the element of surprise to get kills. It's a kill for them, which is going to be a huge kill because of how far ahead this Clockwork was. A level 6 hero's death this early on is going to hurt a lot. And for Game Online, they're going to get a little bit more acceleration for ZLNTZ. It's really this Queen of Pain and the Zeus where they're going to have to put all their stock, because Excalibur, he's level 5 right now. He's holding on to a whole bunch of skill points because that seems relevant. I guess he wasn't using anything anyway. But either way, yeah, he needs a hand of Midas in this game. I don't think anything but a Midas is really going to work out. Maybe if he goes for a Shadow Blade, maybe he gets some assassination picks, but that's not even that easy to accomplish, given the fact that he's up against a Disruptor. So they need this Zeus and Queen of Pain to really handle the early game. And that's really the point of their draft Game Online. Just get the Slark somewhat decent farm, have the Queen of Pain Zeus run the early game, and then just accelerate the Slark and snowball into the enemy side of the map. If they're not snowballing, though, Game Online, they're going to be in for a rough time, because the Anti-Mage is more than happy to sit back and farm. Same exact thing for Milan.
Worthy tribute.
If you let these two heroes sit back and farm, yeah, you're going to be regretting in the late game. As for mYinsanity, they're just going to have Mitch provide the cover support. This time with Grazine, hook shot in onto Pelican. Cogs are available, and for the third time, unnecessary. They'll bring down the Ancient Apparition. Excalibur can do nothing to help out. They also had a TP there, I think. Someone canceled that one. But it's another death of the Ancient Apparition. He's getting pretty much nothing done. He's going for a Hand of Midas, which is all well and good. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Milan's going to get jumped over in mid lane. Thunder got draft to bring him down with the Fissure. That's going to kill him off. Definitely underestimated the damage output from the Zeus. However, up towards top lane, Excalibur's in for a world of hurt. Leveled up his ultimate, but he can't cast that in Static Storm. They will lose the Slark in exchange for the Shadow Fiend. For Game Online, at this point, losing their Slark, though bad, is fine if they make good trades. And for a Shadow Fiend, that's pretty much the best trade you could make. Now he's actually going to spend his skill points. Look at that. 3 points in the Dark Pact. I don't think that would have helped him out there, but still, it's something, I guess. And maybe he's going to go for his Hand of Midas right now. Ring of Aquila, this Slark is going to go for a bare bones build, and that's mostly by necessity. Up towards top, though, mYinsanity still looking for more. 14 seconds till they have another hook shot. Pelican's going to glimpse back into a little bit of trouble. Mitch is going to be forced back, though, taking a couple tower shots. Cold Feet will not proc. Excalibur now going to close the distance. Mr. Pounce already. Shadow Dance forward. ZLNTZ is going to rejoin in, and Mitch is going to die somehow by someone's hand. It's going to be the Queen of Pain to draw it. 30 seconds for the Clockwork is going to die, and I mean, it's forcing Game Online to use a lot of TP scrolls to actually get these kills, but if they could actually get these kills, then they're going to still be kind of in this game. But killing off the Clockwork, though nice, is not exactly killing off the Shadow Fiend. It's not exactly killing off the Anti-Mage, who, by the way, are just still completely free farming. Absolutely no pressure applied to them. So Game Online, they're taking kills where they can get it, and this is pretty much what they have to do. They can't afford to spread out their manpower and try to go for kills in the Anti-Mage, try to pressure the mid lane at the same time, handle the top lane. They just don't have the heroes for that. They just don't have enough farm. So they have to use the overwhelming numbers advantage to try to get pickoffs here and there until they actually can afford to spread out their forces and actually get some action going on. Pelican's level 6 is definitely going to help. That's coming very shortly. Excalibur, please don't die right now. That would be upsetting. He should be fine. Although Grazine and Mitch making it so that it will not possibly be fine. They have another hook shot, of course, and they have Static Storm as well. Catch someone in the cogs with that, and it's an instant kill, especially if it's someone like Pelican. He threw out his Ice Blast, is probably staring at the bottom lane right now, But he should probably stop staring. He is spotted. Hook shot in. Excalibur is there to back him up. Splitting the damage with a two-man static storm now. Might kill off both of them. And it will. That's a double kill for Mitch. The Ice Blast can't even be launched down to the bottom lane, I don't think. Oh, no, it was. They kill off the Anti-Mage with the help of the Zeus over in bottom. It's an okay trade again for Game Online. But, man, this Clockwork is going off like a rocket. Hook shots in. Usually when you get, when you split the damage with the Battery Assaults, both those heroes are going to be fine. But not when there's a Static Storm. Static Storm isn't exactly the highest damaging ultimate, but when you are forced to sit in it, it does tend to add up. So 13-5 right now for mYinsanity. They dropped a couple kills here and there, but really it's not even in the early game where they're meant to be winning this draft. They're pretty much all in the mid-late game. With the Anti-Mage still farming, Shadow Fiend doing the exact same thing. And they're doing well enough that I don't think they should be in too much trouble, especially if they get a glimpse back onto Excalibur right now. He does have a Shadow Dance and he will use it. Caught in the cogs? No, not quite yet. Mitch has 7 seconds till he has another hook shot. Can't quite get that one out. And I'm sure he'd rather save it for Zeroji. Level 5 Shaker just wandered into the lane where this lane is not safe. So this is a pretty bad game for Game Online. Already sitting at a 5k, 4k disadvantage in golden experience. mYinsanity cleaning house, especially with the hook shot into Frogsnack. He can return a lot of damage right now, but it won't be enough. Finger of Death even being committed by Lizard just to make sure that there's not that much burst coming his way. Ice Blast, though. Here it is, the snipe. Lizard, get out of there. He will narrowly dodge it. I don't think that was going to be lethal anyway. With the Thunder God's Wrath, maybe? No, I mean, he's dead for so long. Level 10 Zeus, he'll be dead for quite a long time, but yeah, if they use the Ice Blast and Thunder God's Wrath, that'll be a kill. If they could somehow do that. But instead, mYinsanity are just going to continue crushing all three of their lanes. Milan's going to be pushing mid with his insane damage output. His mech as well. Should he get into a fight, is going to be that he's going to win most fights. Level 2 Requiem also going to be a little bit difficult for Game Online to play around, just simply because it does so much burst damage. Tower destroyed, down towards bottom lane. Lizard right behind the Shadow Fiend, offering him backup. Same exact time, Gogi is pushing down the bottom lane, very slowly, because he doesn't really want to take down this tower. But he's still farming it up nonetheless. And up towards top, just the dual combination of Mitch as well as Grazine are absolutely dominating this top lane. Up against 4 heroes, though, that might be a little bit too much to dominate. They will fall back right now. Their ward coverage non-existent up in the top lane, but I guess they did see someone coming in, so they will fall back at least.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But Milan and Gogi are still farming, so Game Online need to actually do something right now. If they just turtle up, put all their shields up, it's not going to be how they win this game. That's, in fact, how they lose the game the easiest. Especially if they lose Frogsnack right now, who just lost his haste rune. Now is going to get hexed up. Raise 1, right-click is going to kill him off. Ice Blast will connect onto only Milan, but that's not going to do jack. They lose the Zeus. He's down for 40 seconds, and Mitch, he still has the hook shot. If he finds vision on anyone, or if Zeroji or Excalibur walk into these heroes, that'll be disastrous. Run away, run away. Hook shot. Missile to get some vision, but they see him going to the north instead. Or they know he's going to the north instead. So he will fall back right now. But, man, this is such a dangerous space for Game Online to be in. They're falling further and further behind without the superior late game. It's only 14 minutes in, but still it's such a crushing advantage for mYinsanity. With now a Blink Dagger on Shadow Fiend, no Yule Scepter in this game. Don't need no Yules. Does he look like an int hero to you? He doesn't look like one to me. Although I'm pretty sure, was Firelord an int hero in Dota 1? He was, yeah, so he kind of does look like an int hero, I guess. I guess I'm wrong. They're going to catch Excalibur farming, though. Blink raise. Uh-oh. 1 raise. Oh, Shadow Dance. 2nd raise. Oh, jukes from Excalibur. Hook shot in on Mitch is going to connect into his friendly. That's going to mean that Excalibur lives, albeit barely. Zeroji also helping out there with the Vision Milan. Still up on the high ground, though. Still packing that ultimate. Frogsnack is going to bolt up the high ground, see the Shadow Fiend, and will back off because of it. But Shadow Fiend still has his mech, and well, he'll be just fine. And all the while, mYinsanity winning this 4v5, by the way. So, yeah, Gogi's going to get hit with everything in the book. Will it be enough for lethal? Yes, it will be. Thunder God's Wrath, ultimates from everyone. Will kill off the Anti-Mage in a hurry. It's a nice kill, I suppose, for Game Online, but an expensive one at that. In the meantime, up towards top lane, it's being pushed. So I don't even know if that's worth it, actually. Like, yeah, killing off the Anti-Mage, at this point, you take what you can get if you're Game Online. But there's not much that you could do outside of that, because once those ultimates are down, they're down. You don't have anything to fight with. Ice Blast's cooldown isn't really that high, but mYinsanity can breathe a little bit easier knowing that there's no Sonic Wave. There's no Thunder God's Wrath. These big ultimates that they have to be scared of at this stage are not something that they have to be scared of at this stage. Especially when they're the ones with the Clockwork Hookshot and a Static Storm, which, by the way, is being Ags rushed by Grazine. So items for Game Online, I don't even know if they would have any items to use. It will not be usable. ZLNTZ, he has a blink. He's going to wait for Mitch to use his hook shot or going to get glimpsed back into a stack storm. That's good too. Why wait? Now they see Zeroji hook shot in, is going to connect, narrowly dodging Milan. That'll kill off the Shaker as well. It's a 3 kill around the map as Ancient Apparition also dies in the mid lane. Okay, Anti-Mage just got a solo kill there. That definitely happened. So Gogi's going to make it a 3-0 in favor of mYinsanity. Game Online, they get Jack all in response. Still, all the tier 1 towers are surviving for mYinsanity. In fact, they're all pretty healthy, exception being bottom lane, but that's fine because they'll push down the bottom lane in a hurry with a double damage rune on Milan and probably even pressure the tier 2. At the same time, we see Lizard on the hunt. Finger of Death, surprise Lion, now the Hex onto Brocksnack. He didn't get that in time to save his ward, but he got there in time to get the kill on Excalibur, and that's probably better. Especially since it gives the line his Blink Dagger. Ice Blast coming in will connect onto a couple heroes down towards bottom. These heroes are vulnerable now. Thunder God's Wrath is up, Sonic Wave though is not. And Milan will have enough to mech up his team in just a little bit. Still with the double damage rune is going to get earned up. They see a couple targets over in the mid lane, but they will not make the jump in. Mitch, he does not have a hook shot just yet, so they will fall back for right now. Happy with the fact that they took down 1.5 towers with just a very simple push. At the same time, Lizard's getting kills and now can get even more kills with the Blink Hex. He's joined up by Gogi. Even though Gogi does not have a Battle Fury yet, a rather slow one, all things considered, they still have more than enough damage to actually kill off whoever they need to kill off without really breaking much of a sweat. Or they could wait for Mitch on the bottom lane to go for a hook shot in with Grazine and then get the kill on the Queen of Pain. If hook shot lands, and it will. Stack Storm is there. Cogs available, but unnecessary for the 6th time. Here comes Zeroji. Can land a Fissure onto 2. Ice Blast onto those same 2. Thunder God's Wrath might kill off Grazine, although it's... No, that's not going to do it. Mitch is taking a little bit of damage, but he has so many Urn Chargers, he'll be able to juice up back to full in no time flat. It's a nice little combination there for Game Online, but unfortunately just not enough damage. And at the same time, Lizard, he's going to run to Excalibur, force him out right there. Finger of Death not available, only level 1 skill, therefore a 1,000,000-year cooldown. But Grazine's no easy target. He has a point booster. He's going to go for a Gloves of Haste, so clearly that's going to be Maelstrom. No, it's probably going to be a Hand of Midas, if anything. Just going to guarantee his Aghanim Scepter later on. An Aghanim Scepter with level 1 ultimate, but Aghanim Scepter with level 3 ultimate, now that's where it's at. It's a rather linear level up. You just get 50 damage a second, which is fine, but it's not really huge. Not like the Finger of Death. You get a lot of damage, and you get a drastically lowered cooldown. A minute off the cooldown is amazing. They'll catch Zeroji, blink forward, Hex from Lizard. They have a spike available, and they will use it. Double raise incoming from Milan, and one more right click, gonna kill off the Shaker. And a clean disengage. Ice Blast comes in, but it's gonna be Brocksnack in the most trouble. He's out of mana. This Mana Void is going to hurt like hell. It's level 2 as well. One more hit. Mana Void. Not enough vision. Spike. Mana Void onto Excalibur as well. He's going to take a lot of damage on that one. Going to try to go for kill and go. You ready? Just use his blink. Needs a blink out, but he gets frozen to the floor by Pelican. Doesn't quite matter though, because Shadow Fiend cleans up the Slark in the meantime. Queen of Pain does kill off an Anti-Mage, but it's a 1 for 3 in favor of mYinsanity. At the same exact time mid lane was being pushed in. Did they actually get a kill here? No, hookshot still available. I can't imagine they got a kill in the mid lane. But bottom lane, or top lane rather, is going to be bowled over rather easily by Milan's outrageous damage output. Also has a very balanced 4.4k in the bank, so yeah, he could buy actually whatever he wants right now. Link forward from ZLNTZ has no Sonic Wave. Milan has backup. Lizard's going to come in with the Hex. Spike as well. That's going to be Death the Queen of Pain. Also, hookshot into Pelican is going to kill off the AA as Milan may get frozen to the floor. Fissure will narrowly miss though as Zeroji's now on the run. Kinetic Field is up. Grazine Stack Storm available. He won't even use it though. They'll kill off Zeroji the old-fashioned way. Grazine's going to claim a dominating spree, 26-7. And this game is looking all but over, really. It's only 20 minutes in. Yet there's a 17-ish K advantage in gold, 15k experience in net worth, experience rather, for mYinsanity. They're farming up like absolute maniacs. This is a disgusting amount of advantage right now for mYinsanity, and with Hand of Midas as well as superior late game and items to capitalize on their early game aggression, i.e. Blink Dagger, Force Staff, Glimmer Cape from Mitch, this is really hard for Game Online to come back from. What does Shadow Fiend purchase? Please say it's a butterfly. Oh man, it's an ultimate orb build. I mean, the Eye of Scotty is a good item on Shadow Fiend. I'm not going to say it's not. I just want to see a butterfly, guys. Can you blame me for that? Brocksnack. Oh no, Brocksnack, you got to get the hell out of there. Hook shot in is going to miss though. Grazine looking for a vision to glimpse back. Brocksnack will be fine for right now. They see him now, though. They have a Finger of Death as well. They just need a spike to land or a Hex. There's the Hex. No Finger of Death mana just yet, but Rocksnack closing the distance. That will be the death, or Mitch closing the distance, rather. It'll be death of Rocksnack. Lizard now is in a little bit of trouble. It's Static Storm onto 2. Mitch can't really close in effectively, though. Gruzin's doing so much damage. His ultimate will kill off the Ancient Apparition. Now Milan's going to come in from the back end with the ultimate. He's going to kill off one with that one. Double raise into Excalibur. Second one going to narrowly whiff, as Zealantine and Excalibur are going to narrowly escape there. Zeroji probably not as lucky. Fissure onto 2. Battery Assault, not quite going to do it, but the Anti-Mage will jam it home. In an ultimate 2 for 3, probably the best that Game Online, or that Game Online could have hoped for. The fact that the Queen of Pain and Slark both survived is huge, but now the culmination of all this advantage is coming together for mYinsanity. That was a fight where it was pretty much just a couple of supports versus the world for mYinsanity, and they still come ahead because of Static Storm and its ridiculous damage output if you are standing inside of it. Zealantine is going to blink right in. Sonic Wave through. Gogi's in a little bit of trouble. Mitch is going to whiff his hook shot. Thunder God's Wrath might kill off the Anti-Mage. He's dropping very low and he will shatter. Milan also not looking too healthy. Has a lot of HP right now, but he will mech up and can't turn these around to Rocksnack. There's an Urn Charge. One more raise is going to kill him off. Milan's still surviving for now. He's going to turn around and fight to the death with the Death Requiem. He'll kill off one, and then Mitch is going to claim the other. They see Pelican. They can't really chase forward because they don't have a hook shot. But fighting to the death, the Shadow Fiend's still getting kills from beyond the grave. The rest of the supports are going to come on in. These heroes can't really do that much without a hook shot, unfortunately for them. It is, again, the best case scenario for Game Online, and they couldn't really hope for much else besides that. But the fact that they only got a couple kills and they lost so much in exchange, definitely not going to be the greatest for them. I mean, Game Online, at least they're getting kills, right? If they were just getting completely mopped up, then this game would actually just be close to over. But instead, they're making okay trades. Like, these aren't great trades. You'd rather not want to be making these trades if you can avoid it. But, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Yet mYinsanity still have yet to actually hit their late game potential. Like, Gogi is working with the Battle Fury, but hasn't really been blinking around farming everywhere. Has been very active in these fights, and he's been paying the price because of it. He's not as farmed as an Anti-Mage would be, but he's getting a lot of kills, and speaking of kills, killing off the Queen of Pain, that'll be a really easy one. Only assume Finger of Death was used, and it was. They see Excalibur? No, they don't. He has a Shadow Blade. But can Excalibur really go in on this one? Because if he tries to glimpse out, or try to leap out, he'll get glimpsed back. If he tries to engage, the Static Storm Kinetic Field waiting for him. And if they see him, oh, that could be bad. Hook shot is not available. Excalibur should be fine, although glimpse back way deep into a Static Storm and a Spike. Where's the Kinetic Field? Gruzin doesn't really have it available. Now Excalibur is on the run. Here comes the support. Gruzin's going to get bolted down. He's down. Now Mitch is also going to get caught in the pounce. He's probably going to die as well. Glimmer Cape going to buy him a little bit of time, but they know that he's trapped in there with the bolt. They will secure that kill. No, he's still hasted. He'll run away. And Lizard will also cleanly disengage. Glimmer Cape, man. It's a ridiculous amount of survivability. Now here comes Milan. Blink forward. Requiem, which will not do that much damage, actually. Zeroji's going to peel off to the bottom half, but with the Eye of Scotty and Milan, I don't really see this Earthshaker getting out of here. Excalibur's going to come right in, and that's probably going to be something that he regrets because he has to leave right away. Buyback from the Shaker, though. He wants back in with the Echo Slam. Mitch is going to put up some cogs right now. Trap Excalibur, push back Zeroji as Gogi comes in from behind, and he'll look for Pelican. No, it's going to be Milan to claim that one. Zeroji still with the Echo Slam available. Use it to lock down these two heroes, but it's not really doing enough. Gogi's dropping fairly low. Will blink straight into an Enchant Totem as Milan's waiting for more raises. There's the ultimate onto Zeroji. Blink forward from Milan will secure the kill on the Shaker. Now into Rocksnack he goes. It's an ultra kill from Milan as he's looking for 5. Excalibur's going to close in. CLNTZ making himself known from across the trees. Milan going to take a Sonic Wave to the dome, but he's still fine to keep on fighting right now. Excalibur closing. It's a rampage for Milan. They can't quite kill him off. Now he has mech in 7 seconds. It's a GG call from Excalibur. ZLNTZ just wants to break this streak, but he can't even do it because Shadow Fiend is free and clear. Where the hell did he go? He went to the top side, and ZLNTZ, he can't get the kill. It's a game win for mYinsanity, and what a dominating display it was. Like, they absolutely crushed Game Online. That was not even close at any stage of the game. It was really the bottom lane for Game Online that really set the bad precedent, because mid and top lane, they were not really the best, but they were doing fine. It was the disastrous bottom lane start. Having a Slark that is just irrelevant in the game, not good time. So mYinsanity, they crushed their way through Game Online in a clean 24-minute victory. Guys, this is the best of 3, and we'll be getting right into Game 3 in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. I'm Mikelorus, and I'll return with Game 3 between mYinsanity and Game Online from the G2A Festival in just a little bit.